What's up, guys? Oh, what is up? So, I wanted to talk a little bit today. I know I've covered this in a previous video, but I'm going to actually be. What's up, Megatonic? I'm going to be actually showing the process of working on a role-playing game for the RippaVerse. So, give me just a second, guys, and I will hop over into that screen where you guys can see it. Let me see here. All right. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Can't ever find it when you're looking for it. There you go. I'll make this where you guys can see it and everything. Here we are. Yeah. There we go. Alright. So this needs to go there, maybe. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I just got a basic setup for it right now. I just want to launch the game. Eric had posted last night something about Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe the RippaVerse needs to delve into tabletop RPGs at a later date. Well, I've been working on one. This is my superhero game that I've been working on for years. And I use a character sheet from a different game. That's just because I don't have one coded for it, but it works the same. So I just want to show this. I don't have a whole lot of time tonight. I just thought this would be a cool little idea to do. So. Okay, save changes. Don't care about the name or anything like that right now. I just want to kind of show how this works. So, this is probably the best system I've ever found for a okay, so pick Earth, and this is just the strange character sheet is what it's called. So mine uses a very similar system to this. So who isn't? Except type brawler. And that's really all there is to that part. So the numbers that I have chosen for my game, this is for, like I said, we'll say it's a street level character. So 50, 40, and 30. I know those seem like kind of high numbers for a level 1 character, but not for a superhero. So 50. And that's a 5. That's a 4. That's 40. And that's 30. So, what this is just a basic setup that I use for superhero games. As far as it goes, I've ran a Marvel game before with it, and I'm talking people playing dozens of characters at a time in this game. Like, people were playing literally every character that... What? Yes, this game is very easy to understand how to play it. As far as it goes, I'd have to make up rules and stuff for the game itself and do a book. But I just wanted to like go over this. So, basic idea is those numbers correlate to how much you can do. Okay, so this game only uses a D20, which is a dice. It's a single 20-sided dice. That's all this game uses, which is very easy to follow. This is a game that's very easy to teach to new people who've never played before. So, right here we'll say special abilities, super strength. So this game right here specifically, it allows you to make whatever you want to make without any kind of issues involving that. So say super strength gives additional edge. Okay, so it'll give 6 points right here. So basically, this is just the basic setup for my Marvel game, and I would convert it to RippaVerse stuff instead. Is all I would do. So right here, say wants to punch somebody. All the damage in this game is static, so it's already predetermined what you. So let's see, what did I roll there? 14. Okay, so this game works in 3s as a difficulty setting, right? So normally for a normal game it's from 3 to 30. For superhero games I give it from 0 to 60, and that's just to make it exponentially harder for certain characters to do certain things than others. Like Batman could never hope to win an arm wrestling match against Superman without kryptonite, just an example. So you would give him a 60 level difficulty because it would be impossible for him to do it. But I just wanted to show how easy it is to set this up as far as that goes. So I know y'all can't really see much of it right here, but the character sheet is really what matters in this. So let me go here, and you can't see it for that thing right there. I'm going to move this over here so you can see it a little better. Yeah, I know that this looks complicated as shit. It's really not, though. It looks a lot more difficult than it actually is. So let's say that the difficulty was a 15 on this, and we just rolled a 14. So say it's a super strength thing. So what you have to do is you burn 1 point from it. 49, you hit the 15 mark. Okay, that's all you have to do is hit that mark. What these totals are not how strong, fast, or smart you are. They are hit points, is what they are, like in a video game. If that makes any sense. That's all they are, is just hit points. Right? So you'll burn hit points to be able to do whatever you need to do. Once those hit points are down to 0, you let me get back to my screen here. Yeah, I mean, but it's fairly easy to learn, depending on the game there, Megatonic. It's not really a major issue to learn how to do it. It's just, if you would want to learn sometime, man, I'll teach you how to play. That's not an issue. I love teaching new people how to play. But yeah, that's just, I mean, it's just a very simple system to build a new game with. So like I said, I saw him talking on Twitter last night. I saw Eric say something about about it because D&D did something stupid again, and I just thought that would be kind of cool to show like how simple it is to set up a game, not necessarily one to pay for or anything like that. This is just one to simply set up and pay. What's that say? What's up, guys? What's up, Sam? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna need playtesters anyway when I'm gonna change it from the system that it is now, because that one actually belongs to somebody else. But I would make it pretty simple for a superhero game, because with a superhero game you want it to be as simple a system as possible. Because the more complicated the system is, the harder it is to do superhero stuff, right? So that's the whole thing. Is simplicity is key to winning to playing a superhero game. I mean, there's a dozen other superhero games that you could make. You can make awesome with. You could make a game based in the universe, but they're not really good for it, right? Even the superhero games themselves are not really good for it, because they're overly complicated. And like, say you have super strength, and taking it requires you to take other things to do it, and then you have to roll a dozen other dice and stuff like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. When this game literally works off of phrases, static damage, and burning your hit points to do more. And I know that sounds bad, but if you look at it like what I was showing there on the screen, as far as the hit points go, this is a level 1 street. Now keep in mind, this is a street level character. This is not even a stronger character. This is a street level character. 50, 40, 30. Okay? So the might part is your physical hit points. So you get hit, you get cut, whatever. That affects your might. Poisons affect your speed, and psychic and magic affect your intellect. That's how this game goes. So as far as it goes, like, poisons affect your speed. So literally you have 120 hit points before you drop to 0. So what this edge is right here, this is how many points you can burn per turn. So you can fail, you can succeed by burning and not burning. You never played D&D either? Like I said, it's fun. I've been playing for years. And I started on a much harder system than what you're seeing. Like, if you go watch Roll20 or Critical Role or whatever it is, I started on a much harder system to learn than that one, because that's 5th edition. I started on 3.5. But there's dozens of games, right? And not all of them are like this one is simple. This one is the simplest game I've ever ran or seen ever. It's perfect for superhero games. So, and like I said, it's been play tested to the max. We used to play a Marvel game with it. Me and Quirky and Rebel and a couple others. We used to play a Marvel game with it, and it is very quick paced. It's very intense as far as it goes. As long as you can, you got to have a good imagination for it. That's really all it is. But it is a very, very fun pastime. It's my favorite thing to do. Really, I will play D&D before I will watch a movie or I will read a comic book, honestly. It's that fun to me. What's up, Quirky? Quirky. What up? Yes, you came. Yes, we summoned you with D&D talk. Like usual. But no. Eric made a post last night on Twitter that some D&D's doing something stupid again. Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast. They're doing something stupid again, and apologizing for a fucking race that they made, like, because people got offended by it and started saying that they were representative of black people, and of course who got offended by it. So they apologized for it, and Eric posted. I'll look for the tweet if I can find it, but it's very much reminiscent of maybe we need to have a RippaVerse tabletop game. Is what he said, basically. And I tweeted him back, and I'm like, whenever you're ready, say go, and I'll have one ready. I was talking about my Marvel system, because it was, the Strange is the basis for it. It's the original basis for it, but my game is so far removed from the Strange that it's not even the same game. Yeah. So yeah, they're stupid. Well, they would probably think the Wizard of Oz is racist. So they're stupid as fuck. I mean, like, there are better things to be offended over. Right? There are better things to get pissed off about, and but we get called names whenever we're offended by something, right? Whenever something pisses us off or offends us, we get called horrendous names. So this is part of building your own sandbox. It's always has been, always will be. Alternate economy, alternate D&D games, right? So the great thing I love about RPGs is it doesn't matter what books you have, what books you don't have to it. You can run the game. You can play the game. Like, I have ran a lot of 5th edition games, but 5th edition is considered woke, and like I've said before, I don't like that word, but it's considered woke. Well, that's because of Tasha's book. So I'm not talking about anything. This Dungeons and Dragons, I use it as that umbrella term for all tabletop RPGs, and a lot of people do. So the Common Nerd had his first stream and just ended. Oh yeah, man. It's all good. Alright, yeah, later, Sam. But like, this is the system that I use for superheroes, because it is fast-paced, it's quick, and you can play any number of characters. Like I said, we built a Marvel system off of this, using this system before. And with this character sheet, you could actually have more than one character sheet, right? You built into it. So, like, you got here, and then you can. Let me see if the changing the numbers here works. Okay, yeah. So you can have 2 character sheets right here on the same sheet, basically, because this is your character sheet. All of this right here. This little square right here. Nothing else actually matters in this. But you've also got, let's see, a bunch of blank ones right here. So you can actually change, you get 2 character sheets built into one. But that's beside the point. And you could use that for, like, say, a Hulk type character. Right? You want to have Bruce Banner and you want to have the Hulk. So you could use both character sheets on that. My other sheets were better than these. I will not lie, they were better, but I can't find those sheets anymore. But like, see, it rolls for you, and you can see what it is. Beats difficulty 4. So you can set up the you can set up all of your stuff here and like set up the difficulty, all of that within the character sheet itself. So, and it'll roll for you, and 12 beats a difficulty of 4. So my difficulties go up by 3s. That's how I do it. And it only rolls 1 dice in this system, so that's what's good about it. Like, you don't have to roll a bunch of dice. You don't have to keep up with a bunch of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Let me see here. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I'll pull up the marble game. But setting up a RippaVerse game would not be difficult at all. The only thing we don't know right now is lore, so that's the problem. That's the only problem with making a book for it right now, is that we need the lore. We need some lore for certain things, how people get their powers, yada yada. Which I imagine it's everything under the sun is how people get their powers. Every which way you can get powers, I imagine that there will be a character to match that. So, eventually. But like you can see, yes, we'll go with this one, Marvel Multiverses. No. Where's my old Marvel game? What? That's not the right one. I want to show them the old character sheet. But yeah, I made a Marvel game a couple years ago, and you guys can see all my games right here. Jurassic West, The Magicians, the Final Girls, more Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars. Curse of Strahd. I have spent money for D&D. Like, let's put it like I have spent money on Roll20 for a lot of D&D, just so that my players can play whatever the fuck they want to play. I gotta recoup them fees for sure. But this is over years of time, and I have not even ran most of these. That's what's bad about it. Here we go. Marvel Heroes. So alright. And I would love to do like a full book and print minis for this. I would love to do that, right? If I can get permission from Eric to do it, I'll do it. I can't buy any licensing though, so I may have to sell it to him, and just do it that way. But maybe he wants an RPG at some point. But since Marvel has their own system, you know, there's no reason for me to sell this one. Okay, so like here we have Avengers. Alright, let's go with Wasp. Okay. So here's the actual character. Here's the character sheet that I use normally. So it looks a little different than the other one, and it'll change colors according to what you're wanting to use here. But like so, this Janet was street level, so this was the street level. Those numbers don't look right. Those are not right. Those numbers are not right. Those are basic bitch. Let's try somebody that I know is set up. Wolverine, maybe. Did somebody go through this and I believe, what the hell? Remy. Let's go with Remy. I hate Gambit, but let's see if yeah, okay, so those are closer to numbers that you'll see in this game. Right there. I don't know what the deal is with all the other characters. They're glitched out or something. Probably over time, but like, let's see, the Defenders, Doctor Strange, da 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 da. But I mean, as you can see, it's just like a lot of different. Let's see, Cyclops, is his stat still there? Yeah, okay, his stats are still there. So you got 100, 90, and 50. Right? That's a huge difference between him and Gambit, and they're on the same tier. Let's try Rogue. See what Rogue's is set up to. I don't remember what a lot of these things are set up to. Yeah, okay, Rogue, Mott, 210, 90, and 80. Because Rogue was played a lot. So, Rogue was played a lot in this system. I'm missing some character sheets. I'm missing a lot of character sheets. Like, some of them are just plain out missing, like Black Panther and a few others. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this just vanished. I don't know what the deal is. But as you can see, like, the numbers are, and like I said, the numbers in this system don't even really matter as far as it goes. They're oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about his permission to play it. I'm talking about his permission to actually make the game and get it printed and sell it. You know, and I'll sell it to him, of course. You know, if he wants it, if he wants to actually print it, you know, I'd sell it to him. I would just want to retain the rights to the system itself, as far as that goes. But I mean, that's really all I would want from it. Would just be retain the rights to my system, and you know, not sell it to Marvel or DC because they don't need it anyway. They don't give a shit about it. But yeah, a lot of my characters are missing. I noticed that. Like, a lot of the characters that I played are missing, flat out. I don't know why. I mean, like, every one of them just about is missing. Why is that? If anybody can tell me why my characters are missing, except for one. I see one that I played. Like, come on, Venom, are you here? No? Yeah, every one of my characters is missing. My character sheets are missing. Huh. I don't think I deleted anything. But no, because I didn't copy anything over to the new game. I just remade a new system. Like, I didn't transfer anything over to that game. But yeah, as far as it goes, like, I've got a system built. I just have to make a book for it, as far as that goes. So, Eric, if you hear this, man, for real, I've got a system, and it's yours if you want it. You want to compete with Marvel and DC on that front too. Compete with D&D. I mean, I'm all for it, bro. But I also got to change the name of this stream once it's done, because it didn't. It went with the same one it had before, like about 300 sub celebration, which we are at 317 now. So that's cool. The memes will get people just clicking the sub button and won't even show up to watch it, watch the videos. Oh, but we got people from all over the world watching now. At least watching the memes. So, I was going through my analytics the other day, and I'm just like, okay, Vietnam, da 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 da, just going down the list. Like, okay, well, that's cool, Yeah, the diner scene. Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, it's almost a one-for-one, like, adaptation. You can't really ask for a better adaptation unless, it is 100% the source material. The only better adaptation than that one is the audiobook, and that's because they cover more than they cover the scenes that they couldn't in the show. Like, there's a scene with the Martian Manhunter. There's a scene where Batman, Superman, and I can't remember who else, but they're talking in the dreaming. They're all asleep at the same time, and they're having a dream, and they're just talking like they are in the Watchtower. And I believe they're having a conversation about like having the dream. It's either having the dream where you're falling and you wake up, or it's having the dream where you're naked in front of the class. I don't remember which one they're talking about. I'll have to go back and check. But Batman, Superman, and somebody else are having that discussion in the dream. So I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, Batman's like, well, doesn't everybody have that dream? Yeah, I don't remember which one it is right off the top of my head, though. But as far as it goes, I mean, this is it's very easy to do this system. And like I said, Joanna being replacement for Constantine for John. I mean, unless you're just a huge John Constantine fan, you're not missing anything. And I know they didn't want to pay Matt Ryan to be on this show. It's already expensive as hell. So, welcome back, Sam. Yeah, I mean, they just didn't want to pay Matt Ryan to play Constantine again. Which I don't blame them, Not from one episode. Right? And then you have to pay somebody else to be Joanna in future seasons, because they have her in the past, and they use the same actress to play her in the past and the present. So, it's a reincarnation of sorts instead of just being a descendant. So I like it. I don't mind them using Joanna at all. And Death is whatever, because Death will... If Death changes actresses next season, nobody will bat an eye, because that's how the character does. Is she shifts forms to whoever she's talking to, right? I mean, you don't see it in the comic books, and Dream doesn't see the changes either, but she can see the changes in the others. Like, let's say there's an issue of in Overture where she has to reap a version of Dream, one of the dreams in the off of some planet. She has to reap one of him because that planet dies, and it's just like a weird plant version. But I mean, anyway. Oh yeah. Morpheus is great in that. Morpheus is great. I don't think that I love the way that Hell was handled, and I love that they go pretty much scene for scene with what happens in Hell. I'm just not 100% on her playing him. What's up, Eric? Yeah, I'm not 100% on Gwendolyn Christie playing Lucifer. I mean, she's a tall woman, and you know she has that effeminate look like Lucifer had in those issues. But it's like Lucifer goes from looking like David Bowie to looking like Eric Northman from True Blood, you know, in the comics. So he looks more like, I mean, honestly, Tom Ellis. But they didn't, you know, Tom Ellis Lucifer is the same Lucifer, or you know, another universe version of it, but it's the same Lucifer. That's the Lucifer story after Sandman. It's what that is. Well, I mean, it's a very loose adaptation. It's a horrible adaptation. It's a interesting premise for a show, and if it wasn't tied to the comics, it would be better. But like, they're the same Lucifer is what I'm trying to say. They're like, the Lucifer TV show with Tom Ellis is the same exact Lucifer as Gwendolyn Christie's playing. Maybe an alternate universe version, but in the comic books, Lucifer's a singularity. There's only one of him in the entire multiverse. In 3 multiverses, actually. Oh, nothing, JS. Just me talking about like the D&D system that I've got made already for superheroes. So, you know, I could make an awesome RPG if I wanted to. I just need some of the lore, really, to kind of fill in some of the details. But that's really all it is. Ultimate Cyberpunk. Okay, that's cool. I have never read Cyberfrog. It just really doesn't interest me. Like, the look of it doesn't interest me. So, no, I love Sandman, dude. I love Sandman. I did a review on it. And it's one of my lowest viewed videos, because it's, you know, I'm not a review guy. I don't do reviews, but I loved it as far as it goes. I'm one of the only people in our side of the internet that loves it, but being a Sandman fan, it's, you know, like, I say 90% accurate to the comic, which is really more than you ever see from anything else. And then, I mean, other than the race and gender swaps, that's really the only thing that brings that number down, right? Is the race and gender swaps, and I don't even mind the Joanna gender swap, as far as it goes. Right. And the Death race swap is, I mean, the rest of the race swaps are lazy as shit, and they shouldn't have done them. But the Death one doesn't even matter, because she changes her forms, right? She can look like whatever the fuck she wants to look like. It does, and that is a version from the comics. It is not the one that most people know, but it is from the comics, because there is an issue where she does look like, you know, just a black girl dressed like Death, because of somebody she's trying to reach. The idea is that she looks like the friendliest version of death you could meet to whoever sees her. So she looks different to everybody who sees her. What we're seeing is supposed to be her true form. And the adult Despair got done dirty. Like that, they did Despair so fucking dirty in this. They just made her some white girl in a tracksuit, like some big girl in a tracksuit. I mean, it's not even. Despair looks like an orc, really. I mean, she's big, she's monstrous, and they did her a disservice. Desire was perfectly cast, honestly. The only thing about Desire is that it swaps genders. It swaps from male to female. Oh, Desire's perfect. Desire, like I said, Desire being I have no complaints about Desire whatsoever. Just Despair, and I'll probably have some complaints about. Yes, the Crow is one of the best, hands down. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, he's probably going to do like the B cover, you know, I would imagine, or the D cover for that. Which the D cover is the special one. You guys know that, right? Like the D cover is the one that's going to be worth the most because it's the most limited print. Like you can't even buy the D cover. It is only for Eric's. It's only for the Ultramax on Eric's website. So there's just a handful of them. I do want to see that cover. I want to see the D cover. I know I will not have the D. I won't have the D cover, but I want to see the D cover for Awesome 1. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh man, I don't even know how long we are from it. Like, I know today was the last day to change your address, so it may be shipping out next week, as early as next week. We should have it by. We'll have it by the end of September anyway. Most of us will anyway. So yeah, it'll be good. Once it gets here, we will have it, and you figure 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, some of us like Sam. It'll take forever for Sam to get his, unfortunately, because you're in Australia. That customs bullshit is tough. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I need to check on that. Eric has cover A's to sign. Yeah, he's got to finish them before he ships it out. But I know they said that today was the last day to change your address. If you had to change your address, which I was one of them that did have to change it. I put in the wrong address, but I changed it the same day. But yeah, I mean, I'm waiting on it. I can't wait, dude. I'm looking so forward to this comic book. It's been so long since I've read one, other than like Sandman and just the back issues that I've got, stuff like that. I mean, it's been so long since I've read a comic book, a new comic book. I got literally 2 short boxes full of comic books that I have never read, and won't read them. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's cool. Like, I've got the newest Sandman comic book. I got the first issue of the newest series that I've never read it, because I don't trust it. One, it's not written by Neil Gaiman. It's not written by him. This is where the black version of Death comes from. And she's in one of these issues. I've never read the Sandman universe, the Dreaming. This is one of the last DC Vertigo comics, though, because they changed that into the Black Label or whatever it is, whatever stupid thing they wanted to call it. And then I've got, Black Orchid. I bought the Sandman universe #1, and I didn't know that Neil Gaiman didn't write it when I bought it, so I stopped. I mean, I had a pull list together and everything. I was going to come back in and buy those, but when I realized that Gaiman wasn't writing it, I just didn't care. That's why I'm not buying Nightmare Country with the Corinthian book, like the new Corinthian book. I'm not buying that shit. I don't care about it. That's like Spawn to me. Okay, so I will read any Spawn that Todd McFarlane wrote, but I won't read the subsequent issues, the random ass issues. I won't read them. So I'll read the first 25, and then I skip like 50 other issues. Real Nerdy Review. Oh, hey man, thank you. And shout out to the Real Nerdy Review guys. Y'all go check out his channel if you haven't already. Going up next 400 might pass me. Hey, man, I tell you, I've been working at it. I've been working at passing you. I'll get like a slow months. Like this is what, 2 months. This week will be next week will be 2 months that I've been doing this. So yeah, well yeah, man, I appreciate it, bro. You ever want to come on here and talk, man? Let me know. We can talk about whatever. I was just talking about the Sandman show, like as you came in, but yeah, like I haven't read a comic book in years, like other than like a couple of them to prepare, a couple old issues to prepare for that Marvel game that I was talking about. And I was buying comic books at the time. Like I was buying $200, $300 worth of comic books a week at the time, and I have a short box full of them that I've until you start talking RippaVerse. Hey man, do it, bro. I'm telling you. Have at it, man. You feel free to come in here and talk with me too about it. But yeah, I've got so many comic books that I haven't even looked at after I bought them. I left them in their packaging, and I just left them alone. Oh yeah, that dude. Oh man, I've got to see. I have stayed away from the drama stuff. Like as far as covering that on my channel, I'm not interested in it. Where's your Scotty Young? Oh, you're talking about. Okay, so it got broke. That Scotty Young issue that we had in the slab got broke when I moved. Yeah, it got. I mean, dogs got a hold of it. It got bad. I mean, but it got broke when I moved over here. So I'll have to find another one of those. Yeah. They say that those slabs are indestructible, but they're not. They're not at all. Don't be sad, Quirky. We'll get another one. I mean, I don't have it anymore. Like I said, it got shredded, so it's in the garbage now. Like it after that slab broke, I didn't even know it in Chihuahuas. So we've got one Chihuahua that will literally chew anything up that he can get his mouth on. I hate that dog so much. I've never hated a dog before, but I hate that one. So, but yeah, yeah, well, there you go, Quirk. But like, I mean, I've got 2 short boxes full of comics that I haven't even read, as far as it goes. Like, I miss being able to read a comic. Death of Doctor Strange in DC was okay. But yeah, I mean, as far as mine go, like I've got, like I said, 2 short boxes full that I haven't even looked at, and after I bought them, I just bought a whole bunch of them in a bunch of auctions, a bunch of comic book auctions, spending $300 or $400 a week. Which Quirky can tell you, I was spending money left and right every week, just buying comics. Yeah, same here, Quirky. Same here. You know that I did that a lot. I've got multiple issues of the same comic of Zombie Tramp, just because I like the covers. Like I've got several of just the same issue for Zombie Tramp. Well, I wish I would have got some Vamp Blade, but Kevin never had any, so couldn't get that. JR and Misty never sold it, so. But yeah, definitely get your shit out that house, girl. I'm surprised you only had a bunch of shit get toted off already. Oh, okay. I don't know what all you had to take over there. Okay, well that's good. That's good. I don't have to worry about that too much around here, or where I live. I live off in the boonies. So. Okay, well that's cool. That's cool, Corky. I'm thinking about showing how to make a muscle suit, like a superhero muscle suit, on one of these streams eventually. But with my new schedule, it's I'm not going to be doing it on Saturdays or Sundays right now. For at least the next month, I'm not going to be doing any Saturday or Sunday streams. Just so y'all are aware. Because the way I'm working right now is crazy. But next month, it may get way, way better. I'm not going to say anything about it yet, but yeah, that's funny. That's always funny, hell. Okay, so I watched the first 15 minutes of Rings of Power. That's all I could tolerate, was 15 minutes. Okay. So, I will say this. I will say this. The guy who is playing the second in command for Galadriel, because I'm not going to call her Galadriel, the one who is playing her second in command, he is doing his best. He is acting his ass off, right? To trying to make that script work, and it don't. But I keep yelling at it. Like I can't watch it because I'm yelling at it every few seconds. Like that didn't happen. That's not how that happened. Bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Like that's how me watching Rings of Power goes. It's not Lord of the Rings. It's nothing Lord of the Rings. It's Amazon LARPing. Yeah, that sounds about right. I made it through 15, I think, but oh god, it's so bad. It is so bad, guys. Like, I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't watch, and I watched it just to see how long I could tolerate it. This was an endurance test. That's all it was. I had no intentions of watching it. I had no intentions of ever like finishing the episode. But guys, it was bad. Oh, you're not even gonna touch the second one, Boo Rad? Really, man? That's some monetization right there, bro. That's I was in that conversation. I was in that conversation with Lofty. On Twitter, I was. What I said was because comparing it to Alito was not a good. That was a terrible take, right? As far as it goes. Mine, I'm like, okay, so Alito was a bad movie, sure. It was a objectively bad movie, or subjectively bad. Some people love it. It was a subjectively bad movie. Subjectively, Alita was a bad movie. She-Hulk is a terrible TV show. Objectively, terrible TV show. But Rings of Power is a grotesque abomination. They should not exist. Right? It is obscene blasphemy is what it is. Of the highest degree. Like, you cannot make it good. There's nothing about it that is good, and there's nothing about it that's going to be good. Because one thing and one thing mainly. Oh, boo red, man. I don't like anything involving that. I don't like PlayStation 2 She-Hulk. I don't like twerking She-Hulk. I despise it. I despise everything about it. But it's just a terrible show as far as that goes. It's offensive to fans of She-Hulk. But Rings of Power is blasphemy. It is a grotesque abomination. Like I said, they should not exist. That's just how bad that it is. It's like watching body horror. You know, like a body horror movie or a cosmic horror that you've never seen before, and you're just trying to keep your sanity while watching while staring at it. Like, it's like staring at a Cthulhu monster. Well, I don't care one way or the other about the twerking is retarded, but I don't really care as far as She-Hulk goes. Like, She-Hulk is not one of my characters. I don't care about She-Hulk as far as it goes. I don't care about. I was more mad about the Supergirl series than I was She-Hulk being a thing, because I like Supergirl. I like New Earth Supergirl. Let me rephrase that. I like New Earth Supergirl. I I don't like New 52, and I don't like anything after that. I don't like anything before it either. So, y'all take that how you will. But, yeah. But like I didn't watch Moon Knight. I don't give a shit about Moon Knight. I don't like Moon Knight as a character, so I didn't give a shit about that. And it came out the week that I swore off of Marvel, so no fucks given, right? Oh, buddy, that's no good. That's no fucking good, dude. Like, that's terrible. But I mean, as far as I've been watching a bunch of anime recently. Like I watched Overlord, and I'm watching Rise of the Shield Hero right now. And then yesterday I watched an anime on Netflix called Erased. So, yeah. I've been watching a fuck ton of anime, which is what I'm gonna go do as soon as I get off this call. I'll get off this right here. Yeah. The last Marvel TV show I watched was What If. But, and I did watch Eternals, and I hated every minute of it. I was hating life before it was over. Like, that was just painful. Eternals was painful. And I don't even like the Eternals in the comics. But I do like. I don't like that team in the comics. Let me rephrase that. I like Thanos being an Eternal. Star Fox, characters that are involved with Thanos doing that. Thanos' backstory being an Eternal. Yeah, comics. There's nothing Marvel is putting out right now is any good. The best thing that they have put out in recent time is like I've said before, Hawkeye. Hawkeye's the best of them that they put out in a long time since Endgame. And Endgame wasn't good. Endgame was 90% trash as far as it goes. It may have been, but I'm not watching it. I don't care about. I know what they're doing, and they've done this time and time again, and I'm sick of it as far as it goes. So they release one good thing to pay for 12 bad, right? It's one good idea and 10 bad ideas. It's the same thing I say all the time about everything Disney is doing right now. They have one good idea and they fill it with 10 bad ones. That is the current method. Oh yeah. Yeah, the Eternals are one of those teams. They're gods from the past. They're all kind of shit in that. So. But yeah, it's it's all, whatever. I don't give a shit about Marvel anymore. I'm done with it. I've been done with it. That's why I'm not reviewing it. I could easily monetize this channel doing reviews of that trash, but I'm not going to. Like, it's not good. It's just not good. I got a lot of complaints about Avengers. I got a lot of complaints about that movie. Like let's do I've done this before, but let's do it again. Which movie am I talking about? Which movie am I talking about? Avengers 1 or Justice League? Big bad guy comes to Earth looking for Cube. Big bad guy gets Cube with little effort. Big bad guy, or heroes come together, but they're not really a team yet. Big strong hero doesn't show up. Doesn't show up right away. But when big hero does show up, he's pissed off. Heroes have to deal with big strong superhero. Aliens invade. Yeah. Big strong hero can easily defeat big bad villain. Big bad villain also ends up working for bigger bad. I'm talking about, they got it, they called it earlier, but they probably heard me say it before. I'm talking about both, because they're the same fucking movie. Yeah, well no, what it is, so, they went with the New 52 origin, which is Darkseid invades. That's the first enemy that the Justice League fought. And then they went with Steppenwolf, who is not even. That's even worse. Okay, so Loki is not an Avengers enemy, and he is the first enemy that they fight in the comics. Don't get me wrong, Loki is the first. Steppenwolf, however, is a Wonder Woman enemy. He's not even a Superman enemy. Superman level enemy. He's a Wonder Woman enemy. Okay? They use the ancient character's enemy as the fucking big bad in the movie with an alien invasion. It's fucking stupid. Right? And don't get me wrong, Marvel copied DC's way to get the Justice League together from Justice League the Animated Series, because Joss Whedon does not have an original idea in his head. Okay? Joss Whedon can't direct shit. He lost all his creative juices when Buffy ran out. But it's the same fucking movie with worse acting. You can decide which one has worse acting. I don't care. But they're the same movie. And nobody can convince me that they're not. Because Joss Whedon worked on both. He did both of them. And he changed it. He even had his shitty ass humor in there, which is now the staple for the Marvel humor in the universe. Right? Yeah. Loki did bring them together. But like the Chitauri, okay. So Justice League Unlimited did the alien invasion first. So Justice League Unlimited had the White Martians invading, right? Now in the comics, I believe they fought Starro first. Like that was that was who they came together to fight was Starro. But for so Marvel copied that with Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, Starro. So, yes, it was an alien invasion, and it was a body snatchers type of alien invasion, but Justice League did that first. Okay, so Ultimates copied that to use for their Avengers to get together, which were the Ultimates, They used it in the Ultimate Universe. Well, that's what they... And this is one of my biggest criticisms that's always been there since Spider-Man. Not since X-Men, really. Is that they try to... Just like DC keeps trying to use the New 52 universe, Marvel keeps trying to use the Ultimate Universe. The Ultimate Universe was terrible. Okay, it was god-awful. Yeah, Ultimates are basically the Avengers. Right. Well, they fought the Chitauri. Right. So, DC did it first. Is all I'm saying here. Like, originally it was... Like, I love Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I love the way that the heroes get together. On that. That is a great way to get the heroes together. You have a massive worldwide jailbreak, and every supervillain in them gets free. So the Avengers have to join forces to stop them. Right, that works. That works as a amazing intro to these characters. I loved it. That is one of the best right there. And to kind of sideways adapt something, right? You change a little bit about how it happened, but you keep the core personalities there for most of the characters. So I really enjoyed Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I can't praise that cartoon enough. I want to find it on DVD. But, yeah. My biggest thing is The Boys and Umbrella Academy have no excuse of being better than anything DC or Marvel are putting out. And they're better than almost everything that DC and Marvel's putting out. Invincible too. Invincible has no business being better than any cartoon that DC or Marvel puts out. But it is. See, they should not have had Doomsday in Batman vs. Superman. Nah, I don't think so. Cause he's one of the biggest proponents of the trash coming out. Right, he's one of the biggest reasons that the trash came out. So, here's what I will say this. I will say this, that for all the trash that comes out, right, it helps you find the actual good stuff now. Like, with all the trash Marvel, the trash DC that comes out, Sandman is the diamond in the rough, right? It is a diamond in the rough for it. Cobra Kai, could you honestly think 5 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago, that a Karate Kid TV show would be the most popular thing, would be one of the most popular, best done things ever? Could you even see that happening 5 or 10 years ago? 5 years ago you could, because it came out, but 6 or 7 years ago, you never would have thought it. Well, I suggest you watch it. Especially if you like the Karate Kid movies. Definitely, it is something. It respects the lore a lot. Yeah, Maverick. Who the fuck thought that Top Gun would be damn good? Would be coming back and being so popular, right? Who the fuck thought that? But that's what happens when you just think about producing a good movie. And I've said this before about, The Mandalorian. if it would have came out before before the rest of the Disney Star Wars stuff, it would have been a mediocre show. But because it came out after the fact, it was so much better. But it's still just a mediocre, safe show, right? As far as it goes. There's a bunch. I mean, you could easily, you could be judgmental about everything, or you can watch certain things and see what's good, right? Test it, see what. I mean, I saw Cobra Kai. Well, second season is when I started watching it. Well, you know, it was originally The Mandalorian was supposed to be Boba Fett. It's supposed to be a Boba Fett TV show originally, but I mean, look at Kenobi. Kenobi is a dumpster fire. Book of Boba Fett is a dumpster fire. Mandalorian season 1 and 2, they're subjectively good shows. And you can love it or you can hate it or whatever. Like, I dress as baby as an adult Baby Yoda, so I mean I can't hate on it too much. Actually, no. No, they're not. One of them, I mean, there's a couple of them that were in the Disney Star Wars books that just didn't include the Mandalorian in them. They're not EU stories for Boba Fett, other than Becoming Mandalore. That's the only one that ties into it. But some of the stories are actually from the Disney books, the Aftermath books. Yeah, he got the idea for it, but it's not where it's not. Most of the stories are not tied to what the EU was, even the Boba Fett stories. Like I said, other than him becoming Mandalore, that's the only one that's, and they're going about that a different way. But the thing about Mandalorians is anybody can become Mandalore. Any Mandalorian can become Mandalore. All you have to do is win a combat against the current holder of the Darksaber in current stuff, or you win an epic war and lead the Mandalorians into a war. That's all it takes. You lead the Mandalorians. Now, there's a lot that's original in it. There's a lot, actually. That's at least in the first season. Like, Cobb Vanth came from the Aftermath novels. The Crate Dragon, that's from the Aftermath novels. Yeah. And then now they're going to go into the Thrawn trilogy with it. But Ahsoka's going to be there. Which I would love for them to have actually done the real EU. I would have. But it's never going to happen. I never read much of Yeah. I mean, like I said, there are some similarities to it, but again, the stories the specific stories that they're taking from are in the Aftermath novels, which were stolen from. Some of it was stolen from the EU. Yes. I'm not arguing with you here. I'm just clarifying what I mean here. So. I've never been a Boba Fett fan. So, I've never liked Boba Fett. I can't stand Boba Fett. I couldn't stand Boba Fett in Return of the Jedi. I have always hated Boba Fett. Yeah, no, I wasn't arguing. I was just stating, like, what it is it's so minuscule, the stuff that they took, it doesn't even matter. Because the rest of it is completely their own bullshit that they're going with. It has very, like I said, the Mandalore, where he's becoming Mandalore, all that is Boba Fett's story, other than not fighting the Yuuzhan Vong to get it, you know, which that's all, whatever. But like I said, it was supposed to be a Boba Fett show anyway. The reason it wasn't is because they didn't want to pay the writers for those books the royalties. You know, you change the character, you don't have to pay it. That's what that is. But I'm not a Boba Fett fan. I hate Boba Fett. I can't stand Boba Fett. The character pisses me off to no end. Yeah, no, I've never liked Boba Fett. He's always just all flash and no substance, right? To me, he looked cool, but he gets his ass kicked so. And then a bunch of fans got together and made up a bunch of fucking lore about the Mandalorians. That's how the Mandalorians got started. Is fans came up with shit, and then Lucas liked some of it and added to that, and then allowed the EU, which he didn't care about the EU. Lucas did not give a fuck about the EU. And he didn't care either. Everybody's like, oh, well, release the Lucas script, right? Make the Lucas the Lucas sequel trilogy. Well, that's still gonna erase the fucking EU. I hate to tell you guys that. And it's also ripping off the EU. Okay. Yeah, but like, after Kenobi, I'm done with Star Wars. Right? I'm done. Like, I can't stand to watch them do that to any more classic characters. Like, I forgave them after Mandalorian. I hated the Boba Fett series, except for the Mandalorian episodes. The one with Din Djarin. Like, that was an abomination. And then, damn, Kenobi was the worst piece of shit that they've ever released. And I'm done with Star Wars, except for cosplaying, because I'm part of groups and I do some charity stuff with my Baby Yoda cosplay, so I can't fully be done with it in my cosplay. But I spent a lot of money on that costume. I also hated The Force Awakens, but I watched all fucking 3 of them. And they were terrible. Like, just constantly getting worse as it went. And then I'm like, okay, I'll come back when something good comes out. You know, now I'm of the mentality of, fuck it all. I don't give a shit about any of it. Like, Star Wars or Marvel or DC, I mean, I'm done with it. Like, I'll cosplay, you know, for the charity stuff, or, you know, if it's an exceedingly cold day at a convention, because I will cook to death in my costume. Yeah. I'm completely done too, but like I said, the charity stuff I got, nobody wants me to wear Vegeta or anything like that. They always want Baby Yoda. So I gotta wear that when I do the charity stuff. But other than that, I'm done with it too. I'm not watching it. I'm done with it. I don't give a flying fuck about it. With like Cobra Kai, that's really the only franchise series I watch right now. It's the only thing, the only one. I'm not watching House of the Dragon. I'll watch some anime right now, and I'll watch old sitcoms, and that's about it. Or what I'll go put in a movie, if I want to watch a movie or something. But I won't watch Doom, and I won't watch The Wheel of Time, for sure. There is a Cyberpunk anime coming out, though. If any of y'all are interested in that. It's going to be on Netflix. Could be good, could be terrible. Could be full of glitches, who knows. I'd rather... Oh, yeah, no. That's god-awful. Can't do it. But anyway, so tomorrow night we got the D&D game over Discord. So if y'all wanna come in and sit in and watch, you can. I'll be streaming it over the Discord. I won't be streaming it here. And then I would rather play D&D than anything, though. That's my favorite thing to do. But we'll be playing a D&D game tomorrow. It won't be the RippaVerse one because we need lore. But y'all are welcome to come watch it if you want to. Yeah, you got surgery tomorrow, so good luck with that, for sure. Be careful. And then, yeah, we'll be streaming it, so y'all can come sit in and y'all can type in the chat if you want. Just don't disrupt the game, please. That's all I ask. Is you can come in and listen. You can join the voice chat. Just listen to it if you want, and you can watch it there. It's called Grim Fates. It's basically fairy tale people versus Cthulhu monsters. Is the basic premise of it. It's more than that, but that's all I'm going to give. So, but it's a World of Darkness game. Yeah, you're welcome to come watch it if you want. We do that every Tuesday night. Thursday we've got the guild again. No clue what the fuck we're going to be talking about in the guild at all, but I never do. But yeah, D&D is tomorrow, or Grim is tomorrow night, and you're welcome to come check it out. But until then, it's 9 o'clock, guys. I've been going for about an hour and a half, so I'm going to take off right here, guys. But I'll be around tomorrow either before or after the game. I'm not sure which. I may play some multiverses tomorrow or something. I gotta finish out the battle pass. I gotta get some levels. But yeah, until then, guys, I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace out.